And welcome, folks, to the Pictou County Wellness Center for this matchup between the Weeks and the Islanders. Puck drop for the first period is about to be underway. And here we go. Ethan Frazier wins it back for the Weeks, moves up to Croft, who dumps it in on the backhand. Back around the Islanders' end. It's Croft with it. He'll throw it in for Pugsley. Pugsley cuts in front and takes a shot. That's blocked in front. Burcham keeping it in at the blue line. And that'll go into the corner. Ethan Frazier chasing along the boards. Out to the neutral, and we'll get an offside. Weeks coming off a big 8-4 win yesterday against the Valley Wildcats here at home. Looking to push the momentum for the last day of the weekend here. Pick up another win as Swain dumps the puck into the offensive zone. Goes around Sim and Swain battling for it. Sim loses that one, and the Islanders will break out now. Flips it in, and Cameron's back to retrieve that one in his own zone. Taking a minute behind his net. He'll move it up for Sim. Sim walking in now. Plays it into the zone. A shot on net from Swain. Still battling behind the net now. And Sim will Swain rims that around the boards to Williams. Blocked in front by McDonald. And the Islanders dump it in. Williams racing to get there for the icing. Go back down to the Islanders zone here. McIntosh taking the draw. He'll win that over to the boards, and the Islanders will dump it down the length for another icing. Teams getting lined up, ready to go here. Cape Breton Islanders still with some tired legs out there. Weeks with the fresh line. One back to Sullivan with a shot on net, and that's covered up. Islanders will finally get a change after they get their first whistle. That isn't an icing. Kidd taking the draw now. He'll win it back to McKenzie. McKenzie over to Sullivan with a 1T, blocked in front by Tremblay. And that's moved up. The Islanders breaking out now. McKenzie will grab it, move it up. Number 6 with the puck now. That's Jackson McIver from the Fundy Thunder. He's the call up today as the Weeks have a injury and a couple suspensions still going. I've had the pleasure of commentating him a couple times before in Fundy, and he's a great asset to the Thunder there, and hopefully he'll come in here and show the Weeks what he can do. Refs talking things over with Ken McLennan on the bench. And a battle for it at the line. Kidd wins the draw back to Cameron with a shot on net, and that's on. Kidd now again, trying to play it up to McIver, but the Islanders will clear. That'll go down the length of the ice. McInnes trying to get there, but Cameron gets there first, and we'll get another icing against the Islanders. They can't seem to get out of the zone any other way as the Weeks hem them in. draw here again in the Islanders zone. Weeks with it. Battle for it in the boards, and they'll clear it out to the neutral zone. Jack Cameron will have to race back for it. Jack Cameron now. He'll move it into the neutral zone with some speed. Hands it over to Pugsley. He can't get a stick on it. It went into his feet. And here comes Watt. He's got some room. He'll cut back and play it in front for McDonald. A shot on net goes wide. Moved up and into the corner. Racing forward is McDonald. Played behind the net. And moved up to his D-man. That's played back in, and Sim will intercept that pass and move it up for Pugsley. Pugsley dumps it into the corner. Croft chasing after. McDonald trying to play it in. That's Hunter McDonald. That plays back. McCackern will dump it into the weak zone. Hit from Williams in the corner. Fleet trying to get that puck, but he can't, so it'll move out for Swain, who's got some speed moving in. He'll throw it in front for Williams, who puts a couple shots on net. Tries to tap at his own rebound. Can't get it done. Jack Bell shuts the door. We're going to get a stoppage in play here. Jack Bell in the pipes tonight, or in between the pipes tonight, for the Islanders. Jake Thorne for the Weeks. Thorne and Serhando. Great tandem for the Weeks thus far this season. Everybody's producing on this team, and it's great to see. McDonald with it. He'll move it up, a nice stretch pass to Fleet. He's got some room with a shot on net. That goes off the crossbar and out. A close chance for Fleet to get the first goal here for the Islanders. Moved around as McDonald with it. He'll fling it up into the zone. A shot on net off the pad of Jake Thorne. Burcham moves it up for Swain. Swain with a nice move, just a little too far behind Kidd. And the Islanders will dump it back into the weak zone after a couple quick chances there. Nick McKenzie starting to break out as he passes to Sim, to Tanner. Tanner trying to play it up for Kidd. Kidd will poke it into the zone and get possession in the corner. Plays it in front for Sim. But Ellis comes in and breaks that play up. Tanner up for Cameron, who keeps it in at the line. And here come the Islanders breaking out now. Tanner grabbing that puck. Hands it off to Kidd. Kidd loses that one. Couldn't get his stick on it. That's handed over to Cameron, however, from Sim. Cameron's in. A shot on net. That's poked away by Bell. Over to Eisner. He can't get his stick on it this time. McInnes will dump it in for the Islanders to the weak zone. That's played around. Eisner trying to lay the body onto McCackern. Sullivan, the captain of the Weeks, picking it up now and bringing it out to the neutral zone with the help of McIntosh. Here comes Eisner. Got some room and a shot goes off a stick and high. Kept in by Tanner. Moved around to McInnes, trying to get possession for the Islanders. As McCackern throws it back around. Chisholm's there. He'll move it up. Watt grabs it and backhands it into the weak zone, and he'll chase after it. As both teams get some fresh legs on the ice. Here comes Williams, trying to play it through now. McInnes grabs it behind his net and tries to play it out. Now it's Jackson MacGyver. He'll play it into the corner. Green laying the body. Up for Williams, back to Green, and Green dumps it in on net. And Bell will decide to cover it as MacGyver's in there. Draw here. One back by Sim, but the Islanders push up and grab that one. It's Watt putting on a good offensive rush there. Ellis will pick it up back behind his net. Sim putting on some good pressure. It's picked up by Green. Green around the back of the net, tries to play it in front for MacGyver. Pass gets blocked in front. Sim's in there to help out. Sim trying to poke it through, plays it in front, a shot on net from Green, and it's covered up by Bell. Draw here in the Islanders zone once again. Weeks doing a good job at hemming them in there. Frazier taking the draw here against Captain Hunter McDonald. Played around, it's Croft. He'll take a shot on net. It's in front for Frazier, and he can't bury that one in. Played up to the D-line and covered up by Bell. Played back, and McKenzie can't keep it in, so he'll have to circle back into his own zone as it's played up. Shot on net from Frazier, covered up. And I believe in the last play I said the captain was Hunter McDonald. I was mistaken. I apologize for that error. It was a Lance Peak short. So just for confusion reasons, I'll let you people know I messed up on that one. But the draw here in the Islanders zone, Pugsley's in there, battling for it. Played out by McDonald. Moved up into the neutral zone now. Pugsley takes possession and hands it off for Frazier. Frazier, an exciting player to watch here for the Weeks. He leads the league in points and goals. He has 36 points on the campaign so far and 19 goals. And another great reason to watch the Weeks here as they're on this great run is second place for points is rookie Ewan Sim. So the Weeks are pushing some major offense here. Sim will win it back for Sullivan. Sullivan up to Williams. Williams has it now. He gets hit by Hunter McDonald. That's kept in. Sullivan getting hit heavy into the boards, and that puck will fly up and hit the netting. Draw here in the weak zone. Battle for it at the dot. Bertram's in trying to help out. And it gets out for Cameron. Cameron looking for a passing option. He's got some pressure on him from Chisholm. Cameron will move it up to Swain. He gets his stick lift, and we're going to get a penalty here against the Islanders. McDonald will go to the box for head contact. So Weeks get their first opportunity on the power play, and hopefully an opportunity to strike first here as we're almost midway through the first. Sim taking the draw. He'll try and play through. It's one back to Cameron. Over to Kidd, back to Cameron. In for Sim. Sim walks in, plays it down to Swain behind the net. Swain trying to feed it to the slot, but that pass is blocked. Sim up for Cameron. Cameron with a shot on net, and it's covered up by Bell. Another draw in the zone here. The Islanders zone. And another battle at the dot. Swain in there trying to get possession. Islanders will clear, but it's kept into the neutral zone by Cameron. He'll hand it over to Kidd. Kidd up for Williams. Williams off for Swain. Swain cuts in the corner, and he'll move it up to Kidd. Kidd taking his time with it, looking for a good pass to Sim, and he can't get his stick on that one, and the Islanders will clear it down. 1:13 left to go on this week's power play. Here's Kidd with it. Kidd moves it up to Bertram. Bertram walking in along the boards. He'll cut back, and that's cleared by Ellis. Race forward, Thorns out of the net to make a play. He'll move it up. Hands it over to Fleet, and Fleet will win it back. No one's there, so Croft and Frazier will take it. Frazier moves it up to Bertram. Bertram over. Back for Pugsley to Bertram. Over to McKenzie, tries to play it into the slot, and it goes wide. Frazier with it now. He's at the blue line. He'll play it into the corner for Pugsley. Back up to Frazier. Frazier to Bertram. Bertram having a look now with a shot on net. Tipped in front, goes wide. McKenzie trying to tap in the rebound. It's a battle for it, and it goes out. Croft with it now. Having a look at his options. He'll skate it up to the top of the zone. Down in for Frazier. Him and Frazier trade places, and it's passed over to Bertram. Back to Frazier. Frazier back to Bertram. Bertram with the shot. He fans on that one. He recovers it and plays it over to Frazier, who dumps it in. Pugsley in there, as Croft is in there to help as well. Cross circling around, looking for a passing option. He'll make a move and try and play it into the slot. Pugsley's got it to Frazier. Frazier's around and plays it in front. A rebound shooting Bertram. Another shot fanned on. Played up. McKenzie and Bertram both jumping for it as the Islanders finally get it out of that zone, and we're back to even strength. Croft in there as well as Frazier battling for it. It's moved up. Tanner playing it up. Sullivan takes a shot on net. That bounces behind for Croft. He'll play it up, but McDonald's there as he's fresh out of the box, and he'll clear it to the neutral zone. Sullivan up to McIntosh. Over for Tanners. He walks in now with a shot on net. That goes wide. Around the back of the net for Chisholm in his own zone. He'll play it around for McInnes. McIntosh laying the body, and it's moved up back to McIntosh to Sullivan, and Sullivan can't keep it in. It slips past, and he'll have to retrieve it in his own zone as he gets some pressure put on him. He'll hand it over to Williams. Williams having a look now, and he'll move it up to Eisner, who tips it in, and that goes into the Islanders bench, and we'll get a quick minute break here. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here, folks, after a short minute break. We're back to some hockey. Draw here will be just outside of the Islanders zone. Green taking the draw. It's one over to Frazier. Frazier to Cameron. He'll play it up back to Green. Green will hand it over to Tanner. Tanner back to Frazier. Frazier's in the slot. He'll hand it over. Pass is blocked. And that puck goes into the corner. McDonald playing it around to Ellis. Ellis trying to break it out now. They'll move it up to Hunter McDonald, and that's up. MacGyver keeps it in. Frazier battling for it behind the Islanders net. It comes out for McDonald. McDonald up to McDonald, and it's back down in for MacGyver, who tries to hand over to Frazier. That play's broken up. McDonald to Fleet. Fleet walking in now. He'll cut around along the boards, trying to play it in, and it's up for Chisholm. Back to Fleet. Fleet with a shot that's blocked, and it goes wide behind the net. Hunter McDonald now. Up along for Fleet. Fleet, a shot on net, goes off the pad of Thorne. McKenzie's back there to try and retrieve it. Played in front. Thorne can't get a cover on it. It's back around for Fleet. And McDonald picks it up and takes it behind the net. McKenzie playing it off the glass, and that'll hit the netting. Draw here. One back by the Weeks, and they'll clear it out, and that hit the netting once again. Draw here in the weak zone once again. They tried to clear it a couple times, went up off the glass and hit the netting. It's back. Williams having a look now as he starts to break it out into the neutral zone. Over to Sim. Sim moving in now. He'll hand it back for Swain. Swain gets hit into the boards, and Bertram's there to retrieve that one, but not for long as the Islanders poke it out. And here they come, pass too far ahead of McGinnis. Kid gets there first. Back around, played in front, and a shot on net for Kieran McDonald. And it's covered up by Thorne. So we'll get another draw in the weak zone here. Islanders hemming them in now. Played back. Moved up to McGinnis with the shot from the blue line. Down in for Chisholm up in front. And that pass is blocked. And over for Tanner now, and he'll start the breakout. Tanner cutting into the corner. He'll stop and have a look at some passing options as he moves it to McIntosh, to Eisner. Eisner trying to play it off, but McDonald gets there first. Moved up, Cameron grabs it. He'll fire it up for McIntosh. Back for Cameron. Cameron will play it in and dump it in behind the net. That's moved around. Chisholm trying to make a pass over, but that goes nowhere, and Williams will get there first and play it in to the Islanders' zone. Tanner now with a shot on net. That goes off the post. Another shot from Frazier. Covered up by Bell as the Weeks turn around some offense there. Both teams will get a couple fresh legs out there. Played back by Pugsley to Williams at the blue line. He'll cut in and play it over. A shot on net, and that goes wide. Pugsley, a great opportunity and a great setup from Williams. That's moved back. Watt didn't know where that one went. Played over to McKenzie. McKenzie moving it up now. McCachran's there, and he'll move it up. Couldn't make a pass there, so it's back for the Weeks. McKenzie over to Frazier. Frazier, a dangerous player to have the puck on his stick. Played in by Pugsley. Here come the Islanders breaking out now. Played over by McCachran to Watt. Watt, a couple poke checks in, and that'll go into the corner. Islanders trying to set something up here. Over to Ellis. Ellis with a shot on net, tipped high, and it'll hit the netting. Shots 11-2 here for the Weeks. And the score is still 0-0. Back and forth game here. Weeks hemming the Islanders in 1 second, then the next. You got the Islanders doing the same thing back. And both goalies playing a great game. Fleet in there, breaking Green off that puck, and it'll move up for Hunter McDonald as he flies in. He'll cut back. and try and play it over. That play's broken up by the Weeks. Moved around now behind the net. Fleet racing for it, and he'll get there in the corner. Tanner picking up that one. Or it's McIver, sorry. And he'll flip it into the Islander zone. No icing on that play. Played up. McIver with a blocked shot. Played in front. No one's there. A good opportunity. Green got hemmed up and couldn't retrieve that pass as Hunter McDonald with a couple nice moves brings it in. McIntosh gets it off him and moves it up. And we'll get an icing here. Against the Weeks, so we'll go down to their zone. McDonald. Aiden McDonald taking the draw, excuse me. Battle for it along the boards. McInnes plays it in. Back around, the Weeks picking it up now. It's Williams in the corner, battling to get it out. He'll move it up to Cameron. Cameron now. Trying to play it in, and he will. Ellis will go chasing. Ellis up to Chisholm. Chisholm will dump it in to the weak zone. McKenzie's back to grab it along the boards. McKenzie having a look, and that's taken off his stick by Aiden McDonald. He tries to make a pass in front, gets intercepted by Sim, and the Weeks turn things around here. McKenzie over to Kidd. Kidd with some speed walking in, and he shoots, and it goes off the outside of the netting. A good chance there. Ellis kept him to the outside. Swain picks it up now. He'll play it back in for Sim. Sim with a shot on net, gloved up by Bell. Sim taking the draw for the Weeks. Battle for it, and that'll slip out to the neutral zone. Watt going after it. He couldn't get around Burcham with a good defensive play. McKenzie now bringing it behind his net. He'll hand it over to Burcham. Burcham hitting the boards, and he'll lose that one to Kieran McDonald. Played around into the corner. Burcham and Sim in there battling. It's moved out, and Kidd hands it over to Swain. Swain to Kidd, and that pass is a little too far behind him, so they'll lose that one, and the Islanders pick it up. Moved up, Watt bringing it in now with a shot on net off of Thorne, and a good save. Williams trying to play it up for Swain. Another shot onto Thorne from the blue line. Played into the corner. Sullivan over for Sim. Sim to Swain. Swain walking in now, trying to get Sim there. Williams couldn't do anything with it, and it looked like Sim was being held up trying to get in there for the pass, and I think we're going to get an Islanders penalty here. And I believe it's for holding. So Weeks get another opportunity on the power play with 2:16 left to go in the first. Croft taking the draw, getting some help from McKenzie to get it out. McKenzie playing it over to Fraser with a shot on net. Blocked in front by Ellis. Around the boards, McKenzie racing to keep it in, and that'll go down for Hunter McDonald, short-handed. He's got Fleet with him. McDonald trying to play it through the 5-hole, and it's covered up by Thorne. A close chance there. McDonald seen the 5-hole open. Thorne covers it up and keeps the Weeks out of the... Oh, what's this? McKenzie going to the box. I'm I'm not sure what this is. McKenzie will go to the box, but it's still 5-on-5. I'm not sure what that was over. But nonetheless, we'll resume the week's power play just without McKenzie there. Bertram behind the net now. He'll start to break it out. Moved up, Bertram coming in. He'll hand it off for Cameron. Cameron over to Fraser. Fraser walks in, plays it in front, rebounds alive for Pugsley, and it's played out. Ellis putting on a good defensive show here tonight. He's keeping the Islanders out of a lot of sticky situations as that's roomed around for Bertram. Fleet trying to play it off the boards and get it out, but there'll have to be a battle for it. Croft and Pugsley in there, as well as Bertram. Played out. Croft trying to get it to Fraser. It's in for Pugsley with a shot on net. Fraser trying to get the rebound. It's alive in front, and it goes out into the corner. Croft picks it up. He'll take it to the blue line. Have a look now. Croft walking in, and he'll hand it back to Cameron. Cameron walking around now. He'll cut into the slot, and he gets that poked out of his possession into the neutral zone. Bertram now handing it over to Croft, and we'll get an offside with just 29 seconds left on the week's power play. So the draw here will be just outside the weak zone. And it's played in by the Islanders. Around the back of the net now, Williams grabbing it. He'll have a look and hand it off for Cameron. Cameron with a couple nice moves. That gets Pope checked into his possession and onto net. Thorne there to cover it up. A risky situation there. So we'll get another draw here in the weak zone this time with 30 seconds left. 14 seconds left on the week's power play. And it's one back for Williams. He'll lose it, and Hunter McDonald will put on some pressure. We've got Cameron now. Playing it up for Kidd. Kidd walking in, and we're going to get an offside against the Weeks. And that brings the Islanders' penalty kill, to an end. And we are back to 5-on-5. Nick McKenzie still in the box for what reason, I am not sure. One back by Swain. Cameron hands it over to Williams. Williams up to Kidd. Kidd with just 7 seconds left. He's got the speed to get there. He'll play it in. Back in front of the net for Cameron with a shot on net. And it goes wide, and that'll be an end to the period. An exciting back and forth first. And we finish off the first 20 with the score being 0-0. We'll be back in just a few short moments with the second period. And welcome back here, folks, to the second period of this game between the Weeks and the Islanders. After 20 minutes, still no score for either team. Shots 14-6 for the Weeks. Puck drop for the second period is about to be underway here. Refs seem to be talking over something. Nick McKenzie still in the box after heading there late in the first for what I am not sure. It's still 5-on-5 and there's still no time up on the clock for a penalty for McKenzie. And here we go. Second period has started, and the Islanders take possession off the draw as Hunter McDonald flips it in onto Jake Thorne. Working around for Williams. Williams up for Pugsley, and Chisholm grabs possession. He'll backhand it in. Williams having a look, and he'll make a stretch pass up to Croft, who tips it in. Chisholm playing it out of his zone. Frazier's there, trying to get it off of Fleet, but Fleet takes possession. Hit off that one by Croft. Battling for it, Pugsley keeping it into the Islanders' zone. And they'll eventually clear. Back for Sullivan. Hunter McDonald has it now. He'll walk in, hands it back, and no one's there, so Frazier picks it up. Stretch pass to Swain. Swain having a look over to Croft. Croft walking in now, trying to play it into the slot. Broken up and into the neutral zone now for McCackeren. Over for McInnes and played out by Cameron. Ellis can't keep it in, so it's up for Swain. It's a 3-on-1. Ellis trying to get back. Swain trying to get a shot off, and Sim goes into the boards hard. He's down and out. The rest will have to blow the play dead here. Sim not feeling good after a hard collision with the boards. He'll get up and seems to be favoring that left arm. He's on the bench. He has not yet gone to the locker room. Might be a little shooken up. We'll see if he gets back out onto the ice. $18:32 left to go. The draw will go down to the weak zone. One back to McInnes. McInnes with a shot on net. Net goes wide. Moved up now. Williams gets it up to Green. Green playing it over to Swain. Swain walking in now. He'll shoot it on net, and a good tipped opportunity from Kidd, and it's kept out by Bell. Playing it up now is Chisholm. Walking in, he'll move it back. A shot on net and into the glove of Thorne. Both teams will get some fresh legs out there as they prepare for the draw in the weak zone here. As that's one over by McIntosh, and Sullivan gets there and plays it up into the neutral. Eisner putting on some pressure, trying to get possession, and it's moved up for Tanner. Tanner and McIntosh walking in, and Tanner scores! A big goal, and the Weeks strike first. Cohen Tanner with a beautiful shot, gets it past Bell. and makes the score 1-0 for the Weeks. Weeks win it back now off the draw. Moved up now. McEachern keeping it in the weak zone. Played back. McDonald, it's Aiden McDonald trying to play it in. It's back for McEachern. McEachern almost loses that one, keeps it in, dumps it into the corner. McDonald trying to get there. It's Kieran McDonald moving it up. Another shot on net blocked in front by Cameron. Played around and moved up to Chisholm at the blue line. Over to McEachern. McEachern walking in along the boards now. He'll take a shot in front. It's alive. And they almost try and put it in. Thorne shuts the door. As that was a close chance. Both teams get another change here. Draw here in the weak zone. One back by the Islanders. Ellis with a shot from the line, blocked in front by Green. Another opportunity for the Islanders. Played around, played out, and Kidd almost tries to break out. He couldn't find that puck. McIver putting some pressure on. It's played in. Kidd chasing after it. Looking for an option here. Kidd plays it around and he'll lose that one. Played up, Kidd. Moving it down, Ellis takes possession in his own zone and plays it over for Hunter McDonald. Poke checked in by Williams. And it'll get clear of the zone off an Islanders stick and we'll get an icing. Weeks will get a change in as the Islanders cannot due to the icing call. Frazier taking the draw. That's played into the corner and cleared out. Sullivan racing after it. McDonald's in there deep and they're getting another icing here against the Islanders. Draw here in the Islanders zone. And McGinnis getting it a little too deep, and they'll have to switch it out for McDonald taking the draw now against Frazier. And the ref didn't like that face off. One back by McDonald into the corner. Moved up, McGinnis playing it out. Sullivan will chase over to Cameron. It's played in. McDonald, he's in and he scores! Hunter McDonald. Pushing it through after a couple icings and his line feeling the pressure in their zone. Pushes it past Cameron and backhands it past Thorne. And we got things all tied up here. Played back for the Weeks. Bertram now. Turning it over and moved up. Sim pokes it in and he's back up and all right. Off for Williams. Williams will turn it over to Chisholm. Chisholm playing it in. Kidd's back for it, and he'll try and play it through. Here comes Nathan Kidd with a shot on net off the shoulder of Bell. Sim there, got a stick to the head, loses that one, no call on that play. Fleet will dump it into the weak zone as Williams and Chisholm fight for it behind the net. Chisholm having a look at his options, he feeds McGinnis. McGinnis with a shot from the blue line, tipped wide. Fleet picks it up along the boards. Plays it in for Kieran McDonald, and he'll lose that one. as Kidd tries to poke it out, using his speed to get around. And here comes Kidd and Swain with a shot on net, and it goes wide off the pad of Bell. Kept in by Cameron, and I think we'll get an offside here. Draw here just outside the Cape Breton West zone. That's played in. Eisner pushing for it, and he'll lose that one. Move back as the Islanders clear it. Davidson pushing for it. Tanner grabs it, and he'll play it over to Sullivan. Over to McIntosh, who plays it up to Eisner. Eisner having a look now, passes it down in for McIntosh behind the net. He'll try and play it in front, block. Pass blocked, handed over. Sullivan is there, and we're going to stop and perhaps a penalty here. And Eisner will go to the box. So we go down to the weak zone as Eisner heads to the box for slashing, I believe. Joining Nick McKenzie in there, who is still in there for some reason. I'm guessing now it must be a 10-minute misconduct of some type that they didn't totally penalize, but it's moved up for McDonald. At the blue line, hands it over to, and a shot on net. Played up and kept in by Tremholm. Fleet firing it in on Thorne, and Chisholm gets around there. Over to Fleet along the boards. He'll play it back. Tremholm with a shot on net, and it's covered up by Thorne. Drawing the weak zone here. Played for Tremholm into the corner. Back up to Tremholm along the boards. Back up to Tremholm. Tremholm down in. Up to McDonald. Walking in now, plays it in, and he gets his own rebound. Wraps it around the back of the net to Fleet, to Tremholm. Tremholm with a shot on net. Rebound's alive, and it goes wide. Sullivan gets it, and he'll clear it down the ice. Played off by Bell. It's Watt with it. Or Tremholm, excuse me, and he'll fire it into the zone. Fleet getting there. He'll have to battle with Croft, and Croft grabs it. Throws it down the length of the ice. Here come the Islanders breaking it out now. It's Aiden McDonald. He walks in, plays it over for Watts, and that play's broken up by Williams. Kidd with it, trying to play it out. Hits off a leg and moves up for McInnes, who keeps it in. Over to Ellis. Down in for Watt. Watt to Aiden McDonald. Over to Ellis. He'll play it over. Back to Ellis. Ellis to McDonald. A shot in to the slot, and that goes nowhere. Picked up by Bertram, and he'll clear it. Behind the net now, it's Bell playing it off. Picked up and moved over to Chisholm. Chisholm up for Watt. Watt trying to hand it over to Aiden McDonald, and that play's disturbed by Bertram. Played over. Green intercepts that pass. Moved up. Here comes Kidd. He'll walk in with a shot on net, and that's gloved up and pushed away by Bell. Walking it up now is Ellis into the neutral zone. Poked out of his possession, but Davidson grabs it. Davidson with a shot blocked in front by Green. Sims back there, and he'll play through the legs over to McIver. McIver making a pass to Green, as they'll lose that one, and the Islanders grab it. McIver's in, and it's hit off his shoulder. Kept in by Cameron. Back up for Davidson, and he'll move it to McInnes. poked away by Sullivan. Sullivan trying to play it up to McIver. That pass is disturbed and intercepted by Davidson. Cameron into the corner now, playing it around the boards. Sullivan trying to get it out. McGinnis keeps it in. He gets some help. Here comes McIver. Played in by Cameron. Cameron into the corner now. Played in front for McIver. He'll get a shot on net, blocked. Croft in there, battling with McAkron. As McGinnis gets it and kicks it over to Davidson. Davidson will dump it in. And it's around the back of the net for Bircham. He's trying to get away. Bircham playing it up now. Still with it, moving. He'll hand it back to Pugsley. Pugsley with a shot on net in front and goes wide into the corner. Kieran McDonald trying to play it out now. And he'll get it up to Fleet in the neutral zone. Over to Hunter McDonald looking for his second of the game. A shot on net. And another shot goes high. Wide open net for Fleet on the rebound. And it goes high. Rebound's alive in front. Kieran McDonald moves it back. Played over to Chisholm with another shot. And it's gloved up by Thorne. What an opportunity for the Islanders. Hunter McDonald came flying down. And Thorne shut the door, but the rebound went wide over to Fleet. Wide open net on the right side, and Fleet fires it over the net. And then a couple other chances where a rebound was bouncing around. And Thorne shut the door again. It's up for Chisholm. Over from Trimholm. Another shot on net. It's in front, and another couple great saves from Jake Thorne. Croft moving up now. He'll flick it in. Trimholm along the boards now. Playing it for Frazier. Frazier in front. No one's there, so McDonald grabs it. Moves it up. Fleet can't get a stick on it, and that goes down the length of the ice. And we'll get an icing. We'll take a quick minute break here. And we'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back here, folks. So the draw down in the Islanders zone. 9:37 left in play. Battle for it at the dot. It's one back with the help of Chisholm, but he'll fan on that. Tanner grabs it. He'll flick it up, and a shot on net from Cameron. Plays in front, and McIntosh can't get the shot off as he's hemmed up. Moved over to Tanner with another shot on net. Covered up by Bell. Draw here in the weak zone. Or in the Islanders zone, excuse me. Pushed in, the Islanders grab it in the corner and try and play it out. Gets past McKenzie, and it'll go down the length of the ice. No icing on this play. Back behind the net now is Cameron as he makes a stretch pass. That gets intercepted and dumped back in by Aiden McDonald. Moved up now. Islanders getting possession. McGinnis tries to play it in, but it goes back for Eisner. He's getting held up on that play. McIntosh keeps it in the zone, and he'll play it over to McKenzie with a shot on net, and McKenzie scores! What a goal! Nick McKenzie with a beautiful Short side snipe. Puts the Weeks up 2-1. As he spent a good amount of time in the penalty box, he came out and gets his team the lead. One back by the Weeks as they're up 2-1 now. Bertram trying to play it over. Swain hands it to Sim. Sim trying to get possession as that one bounced a little weird off his skate. Trim home back. Kidd battling for it in there as it moves around for Chisholm. Chisholm breaking it out and a stretch pass up. Aiden McDonald retrieves it. Played in and back. Chisholm trying to play it in now. That play's broken up by Sullivan, and he'll play it into the open ice. Bertram having a look. He'll move it to Kidd. Kidd walking in now, a couple nice moves, but he can't get past Tremholm. Back for Swain. Swain picks up over to Kidd, and he can't get the tip off. And he'll lose it into the corner where McGinnis picks it up. Plays it out into the neutral zone where Bertram is, and he'll dump it into the corner. McGinnis playing around the back of the net for Tremholm. Up to McGinnis. And it's back. Chisholm couldn't get there in time. Sullivan plays it back into the Islanders' end. Back for Sim. Sim in the corner now, battling for it. And it'll go around to the opposite side, for Williams. Poked out by McGinnis, and McKenzie's back to grab it. Played up off the boards into the empty ice. But the Cape Breton Islanders keep it in. McKenzie up, and Kidd tips it in. And we're going to get an icing here unless Sim gets back, and he will. Davidson with it, playing it up. It's Watt. It's a 2-on-2 unless Kidd comes back. Another shot on net blocked by McKenzie. He's feeling a little discomfort after that one. But Thorne covers it up with 6:52 left to go in the second period. The draw here in the weak zone. One back by the Weeks. Cameron playing it around the back of the net for Williams. Williams gets hit heavy into the boards, and we're going to get a penalty here against the Islanders. And it looks like Watt's going to the box here, and the Weeks will head to the power play with a chance to extend their lead. Croft taking the draw here. He'll win it back. Bertram having a look now. He'll hand it over to Frazier. Back to Bertram with a shot on net. Gloved up by Bell. Croft here taking the draw once again as that's played back. Bertram will pinch in for it and take it back to the line. Played in again, Bertram. Handing it over, Frazier. Down in for McKenzie, who doesn't get there in time, so Pugsley's behind the net battling for it. Hands it over to Croft. Croft bringing it up to the line, playing it over. That hits off the leg of an Islanders player and exits the zone. Moved up Frazier, trying to keep it in. Here comes Frazier with it over to McKenzie. They're looking for his second with a shot on net, and it's covered up by Bell. Draw again here in the Islanders zone. Just a minute and 16 left on the Weeks power play. Kidd taking the draw. It's one back by the Islanders, but Swain fights for it and takes possession. Moved up to Cameron. Cameron playing it down in for Swain. Over. Sim can't keep it, but he'll recover and play it into the corner. Swain playing it over. Cameron keeping it in. Kidd now circling up around the blue line. He'll cut in with a shot on net. That goes wide. And no one's back to keep it in. Islanders pushing. Kieran McDonald playing it back as they have possession now. And it's fired up. 40 seconds left to go in this week's power play. Moved up for Williams. Williams over to Kidd. Kidd along the boards now. He'll play it back for Sim. Sim to Cameron. Cameron having a look. He'll take a shot. A weird bounce in front. Nick goes wide. Swain up to Sim. Sim walking in now, trying to play it through. And he gets pushed off that one, but he'll take possession and hand it in for Swain. Swain over to Kidd. And a big save. Rebound still alive. Kidd trying to fire it in. And it stays out thanks to Bell. Moved up Cameron. Over to Kidd. Can't get the 1-tee off as it hit a couple sticks. And Kidd loses a tire. Play it up now. Watts out of the box. Playing it through. Plays it over. And McGinnis can't get there. Williams now. Moving it over to Cameron. Cameron. Play it over to Williams. Williams walking in. A couple nice moves. And he'll skate back to the blue line. Turns it over. Kept in by Sim. McCachran grabbing it and moving it up. Sullivan plays it off a leg and into the Islanders zone. Ellis moves it up. McIntosh can't get a stick on it, so it goes back for McKenzie. Over to Sullivan off the boards. For McIntosh in the zone to Tanner. Tanner in for McIntosh, and that pass goes off of Ellis's stick. Watt with a back pass, and Fleet fires it. Played in again, a weird bounce, and kept out by Thorne. Fleet in the corner now, trying to get it in front. Hunter McDonald with it. He fans on that pass, so McIntosh will put the pressure on. McKenzie firing it up as McCachran keeps it in. Flies high, and McIntosh grabs it with his hand. It's back for Sullivan. Sullivan pushes it through. Battle for it at the line. As it's played over into the open ice, Eisner racing to get there. It's back for Ellis. Moved up, McDonald can't reach it, so that goes down the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing. Draw here in the Islanders zone. Frazier playing it back for Croft. Over to Cameron, and that pass goes a little too far, and it escapes out. Hunter McDonald misses that pass, and Croft grabs it in his own zone. Croft now having a look. He'll move it up. Ellis runs back for it. He'll have to race there as Frazier's on his tail. Pugsley trying to get possession, but the Islanders grab it. Tremholm plays it over, and it's dumped in for Chisholm to chase after it in the corner. Battling for it, Aiden McDonald's in there. Couple bodies down, and the ref will blow the play dead. Bertram having a talk with the ref, looking for a penalty perhaps against one of the Islanders players as Cameron went down. So the draw here in the weak zone with 2:19 left in the second. Pushed through by Kieran McDonald in front, and he can't get a shot off. And now Frazier takes it. And that's offside. So the draw here will be held just outside the Islanders zone. Jackson McIver out there, number 6 with no name bar. As I mentioned before, he's a call up for the weeks from the Fundy Thunder. Push through, back for Sullivan in the corner. It's played up in the neutral. McIver pushes it through and out of the zone. It's down in for Sullivan. Sullivan moving it up. McIver trying to get a stick on it. And that's covered up by Bell. Ken McLennan will throw out a few forwards. He's got Sim, Kidd, and Swain going out there to join Cameron, or Williams, sorry, and Sullivan on the blue line. 1:46 left in play. Puck's dropped, and Watts trying to push it through, but Kidd's into the corner now with it. Kidd playing it around. He'll fire it up for Sullivan. Sullivan with a shot from the blue line, and it's covered up by Bell. Draw here in the Islanders zone once again. Sim taking it. And he'll push that through and chase after it. He gets hit into the boards heavy. Kidd in front with a shot on net. Kept out by Bell. Turns around the other way. McDonald chasing after it. Sullivan will throw it into the open ice, and Kidd chucks it back in. 1:20 left to go here in this second period. Ellis battling for it. It's around for Sim. Plays it in front. Kidd with a shot. Saved by Bell. Another shot. Goes wide from Williams. Kidd playing it in. Swain back up to Kidd. Hunter McDonald breaking that play up, and it's up for Fleet. Fleet moving through now. Trying to get around Sullivan. Sullivan keeping him to the outside. Plays in front. Rebounds alive. Williams trying to get them out of there, and Sim grabs the puck. Moves it up. It's kept in. Fleet fires it back down into the corner. Chisholm chasing after it. Sullivan trying to get there first. Williams around. Kept in again at the line. 34 seconds left to go here. Green keeping him in. Or Sullivan, sorry. And that's up for Swain. Swain trying to push through. That's tipped back. Here comes Fleet, walking in, shot on net, and it goes high. We're going to get a penalty here, I believe, against the Weeks for hooking. So Lawrence Williams heads to the box, and with 9.5 seconds left, Islanders will go to the power play, which means unless they score here, they will start the second period, or the third period, excuse me, with a man advantage. Drop down, McKenzie grabs it. And hits off the ref's helmet. He seems to be all right. Stick down by Davidson, and that'll be the end of the period. An eventful second as we open up the scoring here. After 40 minutes, Weeks lead 2-1, but they'll head into the third period down a man for 1:51. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back here, folks, for the third period of this game between the Weeks and the Islanders. Weeks lead 2-1. And here we go. Islanders win it back. Tremholm moving it up. Walking in, a shot on net goes wide off the stick of Bertram and fired around to Sullivan. Fleet picks it up at the line, and he'll hand it over to Tremholm. Down in for McDonald. McDonald skating back, having a look at his options as he plays it in. Play goes off the stick of Chisholm. Sullivan picks it up, and he'll clear it down the ice as the Weeks have started this period short-handed. Tremholm retrieving the puck behind his net. Moves it up. Over to Fleet. Fleet walking in now. He'll fire it around the boards over to Chisholm. Chisholm getting some pressure, and he'll put it down behind the Weeks net, where Sullivan picks it up and hits it off the ref again, I believe. He's favoring that leg, but it's over for Fleet, blocked in front by Sullivan. A big block, and he goes down. He's up and all right. Another shot on net for Fleet. It's tipped in front, and it's cleared out by Fraser. Sullivan putting the body on the line to make that block. It goes up quick for the Islanders. Croft firing it way back down where Ellis grabs it. Ellis trying to make a move through. He's getting some pressure from Kidd. Down behind the net now. Islanders starting to break it out. McGinnis hands it off. McDonald moves it up to Ellis. Back in for Kidd. Kidd with a stretch. Nathan Kidd walking in. A shot on net. Tries to go in between the legs. And he fans on that one. Moved over into the weak zone now. Played around behind the net. Kidd throws it up. Tremholm over. Blocked in front by McKenzie. He'll flick it up to Kidd. Kidd with another opportunity. Another shot off the pad of Bell. And over. Eisner playing it in front. Kidd loses that one, and Watt takes it, and he'll bring it out to the neutral zone. Watt walking in now behind the net. Picked up and thrown out by Williams. That's over. Chisholm picks it up in the neutral, and he'll fire it in. Bertram now in the corner. Dodges that hit from Davidson. Tries to get it out, but it's hemmed in by the Islanders. Behind the net now is Williams. He'll start to skate it up now. Lost it a little bit there, but he moves it up to Eisner. Eisner with a nice pass to Tanner. Tanner walking in now. He already has a goal in this game tonight. The Islanders have it now, and they'll clear it out. It's down in. Kieran McDonald racing for it, and he gets the icing called off. Kieran McDonald trying to play it through, but Tanner blocks that pass and gets it out of the zone. Moved up by Chisholm. In front, Cameron blocks that one, and he'll have to stop as the Weeks are offside. Tremholm moving it back over. It's played up and through as McGinnis tries to get there, but will get an icing. Sim taking the draw here, 6:18 left. And that gets one back by the Islanders. Sullivan trying to keep it in at the blue line. It bounces past him, It's down to the corner. Cameron trying to play through. Sullivan doesn't know where it's at. And a shot onto Thorne. He keeps out. Moved up to Swain. And it's kept in. Weeks with it now, back up to Swain. Swain having a look, and he'll hand it over to Sullivan. Sullivan handing it over to Sim as Kidd's in the zone, and we'll get an offside here. Kidd was hit and slid into the zone past the blue line, draw here just outside the Islanders' zone. One back by Sim. McKenzie over to Williams. Williams will fire it in on net. That bounces off the blocker of Bell. Sim there trying to get his stick on the puck as it hits the ref and stays in, reaching length for Swain. And the Islanders will flick it up in, and it bounces onto Thorne, and he'll cover it up. Draw here in the weak zone. Frazier wins it clean back as McKenzie tries to play it up through, and that's blocked. Fleet gets it in front, but Frazier grabs that one, and he'll skate it up to Croft. Croft back to Frazier, and that play is broken up by Ellis. Move back, and McKenzie gets it in the neutral zone. McKenzie over to Williams. Williams back to McKenzie. He'll move it up off the boards. Hunter McDonald's there to intercept that pass. Moved in, Williams picking it up in front of his net, and he'll bring it out to the neutral zone as he hands it in for Croft. Croft can't get a handle on it. That's moved around. Ellis with a nice pass. Up to Hunter McDonald, walking in now with a shot on net, gloved up by Jake Thorne. So another draw here in the weak zone. That's one over to Bertram and around. Croft having a look at his options as he makes a pass in between the legs to Pugsley, but he can't get his stick on it. So it's back for Bertram. Fires it in. Chisholm chasing. He'll play it up. Croft blocks that with his stick, but it's back for Aiden McDonald. He'll fire it up off the glass and into the neutral zone where Sullivan's at. Moved over, Kidd for Croft. Croft back for Bertram. Bertram skating in now, hands it back to Croft. Croft will feed back, and it's over to Sullivan with a shot on net blocked in front. A big block from Watt as he goes down. Bertram playing it up for Croft. Croft walking in now along the boards. He'll fire it around to the back of the net. Picked up by Kidd. He tries to make a move in, and McKenzie helps him out and keeps it in at the blue line. Watt playing it up, and that goes the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing against the Islanders. Draw here in the Islanders' zone being taken by Kidd as he goes against Kieran McDonald for the draw. One back by Kieran McDonald. It's back. Islanders trying to break it out. It's up for Watt. Cameron picks it up as it bounces off him. Tries to pass it over. Aiden McDonald hemming it in, and it's off for McGinnis. McGinnis has got Watt with him. Watt in. And it's covered up by Thorne, and we're going to get a penalty here against the Weeks. For interference. And it looks like Green will head to the box for it. So the Islanders head to the power play here, almost midway through the third, as they have a chance to tie things up. Draws one back by Frazier, over and around to Sullivan, and Sullivan will fire it down the length of the ice. A good clear to start off the penalty kill for the Weeks. Tremholm trying to play it through. That pass is blocked by McIntosh. McDonald picks it up. McDonald will fire it into the weak zone. Sullivan's racing back for it. He moves around to Bertram, and Bertram throws it up to down into the Islanders' zone. It's on the stick of Bell, and he'll decide to cover it. Draw being taken here in the Islanders' zone. 1:25 left on their power play. Bertram keeping it in. It's around where Bell will play it. Tremholm moves it over to McDonald. Hunter McDonald walking in now. He'll take a toe drag and hand it back to Fleet. Fleet puts it into the open ice, but Kidd's there. And Kidd with his speed will move in. Tremholm keeping him off the puck. Fleet moves it up. And it's over for Chisholm. Walking into the corner, he's hit by Bertram, and Sullivan fires it up and into the neutral. It's back for Ellis. Ellis having a look now behind his net. He'll make a nice move around as he hands it over to McGinnis. McGinnis walking up now, playing it off, and McKenzie clears. And Kidd's got it. He's got an opportunity on the shorthand with a slap shot into the chest of Bell. Draw here in the Islanders' zone. 11:45 left in play. McIntosh wins it back, but the Islanders pick it up. McGinnis playing it in the corner for Ellis. Ellis having a look. And he'll move it up, and it's tipped in by Watt onto the net of Thorne, and he'll cover it up. Draw here in the weak zone now. 13 seconds left on this Islanders power play. One back by Aiden McDonald up to the blue line. A shot on net from McGinnis goes high and into the netting. Another drop. One back by the Islanders, moved up, and a shot on net by Watt goes high into the glass. Moved up, Ellis trying to keep it in, but he's getting some pressure from Frazier. And interlegs it out into the neutral. Back for McGinnis. McGinnis moving it up, McDonald can't grab it. So it's off for Williams. Williams walking in, tries to hand it over to Green. It's moved up. Back over, a nice pass by Cameron to Frazier, and he'll dump it in on Ellis in there battling for it. It's back up for Frazier. Frazier will take another shot. That's blocked in front, and it goes out to the neutral. Over for Bertram, and Bertram will play it off the boards and in. Ellis walking through now. Plays it over for Watt. Watt with a shot on net, sticked away by Jake Thorne. Watt playing it over. It's up for Ellis. He'll make a couple moves and go into the corner as he hands it off. McDonald over, back up to McGinnis with a shot on net, played in, and it goes wide. Back in the corner now, Cameron hands it over. Bertram now. He'll take it into the neutral zone and hand it over to Tanner, and we're going to get an offside. So the draw here just outside the Islanders' zone. One through by Kidd, and he scores! Nathan Kidd puts the Weeks up 3-1. He finally puts one in. So many opportunities for Nathan Kidd, and Bell just kept shutting the door on him. And he finally gets one past him and puts the Weeks up 3-1. Draws one back by the Islanders and moved up to McKenzie. As he tries to play it back, Davidson keeps it in. Moved around, Chisholm firing it back into the blue line. Back McCackern taking a shot on it. Fans on that one. It's off for Swain. Swain moving up to McKenzie as he's hit. McKenzie over to Kidd. Kidd back to Sim, and Sim tries to fire it in. I think we're going to get a penalty here. And it looks like Fleet's going to the box. So Weeks, excuse me, will get a power play. Fleet got a head contact penalty. We'll take a minute break here, folks, and we'll be back with a power play for the Weeks. And welcome back here, folks. Weeks, excuse me, with a power play, a 4-minute one at that, as they have a chance to extend their lead. One back by Croft, over to Frazier, up for Bertram. Bertram keeping it in, hands it over to McKenzie. Over for Frazier with a shot on net, blocked in front by Chisholm. Frazier up for Bertram. Bertram walking the line, he'll take a shot, rebounds alive, and Chisholm clears it. Croft keeps it in. He'll lose that one, and it'll exit out into the neutral. Croft circling back in now. He'll fan on that one as he tries to dump it. It's up for Bertram. Down in for Frazier. Frazier to Pugsley, and he misses that pass. Croft with it. He'll take a shot on net. Rebounds alive as it goes around. Back up for Bertram at the blue line. Bertram now playing it through. McKenzie can't get a stick on it. It's around Frazier racing to get there, and he can't keep it in. Frazier walking in with it now as the Weeks have cleared, and it's moved around to McKenzie. McKenzie backhanding it in deep for Croft. Croft behind the net, up for McKenzie. McKenzie over to Bertram. Bertram with a shot on net goes wide. McKenzie's there, and he'll grab it in the corner. Back up for Bertram. To Frazier. Back to Bertram with a shot on net, and that goes wide into the corner. Frazier keeping it in. He'll fire it in front. Into the corner for McKenzie it goes. Back up to Bertram. Bertram to Frazier with a shot on net again. Goes wide. Pugsley and Frazier battling for it. They'll move it up to Bertram with the open ice. Bertram walking in, hands it to Frazier. Another shot, and he scores! Ethan Frazier gets his 20th goal of the season. A big goal for the Weeks as they go up 4-1. Off a great goal from Ethan Frazier. And they are still on the man advantage as it was a 4-minute power play, making it a major. Moved over. Back for Cameron. Up to Williams. Williams walking in now. He'll take it back. Back to Sim. Sim walking in with a shot on net, and it goes wide. Moved up. Cameron keeping it in, and that gets flicked out by the Islanders. Onto the net of Thorne, and he'll play it off for Cameron. To Sim. Sim down around the corner for Cameron. Cameron having a look now. He'll fire it up to Williams. Williams walking in. He'll turn and try and keep possession of that one as it goes to Cameron. Back to Williams, to Cameron. Cameron playing it in. Back for Williams in the slot. He tries to get a shot off. That's blocked by McGinnis. Tremholm firing it up. And it's poked through. And put down the ice by McGinnis. A good play with just 48 seconds left on the weak man advantage. In the corner now. Cameron plays it up for Sim. Sim fires it back, and he'll take a moment in his zone as he hands it over to Cameron. Cameron up. Here comes Kidd. Kidd with a saucer pass in to Swain. That gets intercepted. And that'll go down the length of the ice. 24 seconds left on the weak man advantage. Back down the ice, Thorne's there, and he'll play it off. McKenzie's got it. He'll play it around for Bertram. Bertram taking a minute in his zone. That's fired up to McKenzie. To Pugsley, trying to get his stick on it. It's up for Croft. Back to Pugsley, and he can't get the pass. Pugsley and Frazier both going for it. Moved over. Into the open ice for McKenzie. He'll skate in and take a shot on net. That goes high into the glass. Bertram plays it in for Croft, and he's battling for it. It's thrown out to the neutral for McGinnis. Hill fired in around the boards. Watt bringing it in. McKenzie back up for Frazier as they try and break it out. McGinnis battling for it with Tanner. Shot fanned on, and Bertram gets it. And that pass is intercepted by Ellis. Tanner had a good opportunity to get a breakaway there. And Ellis with a great interception. Now Watt has it. Back up for Chisholm, over to Chisholm. Played down in. Watt playing in front. Chisholm with an open net, and McDonald can't tap it in. For Tanner. And he'll take a moment. He's getting some pressure from Watt. Playing it up. Ellis is there. Bertram trying to hit him off the puck, but it's off for Chisholm. Trying to play it back, and McIntosh gets it. Moved up now. Ellis is there. And he'll fire it in around the boards. And Watt keeps it in at the line. Tanner playing it off for Eisner. Eisner over to Bertram. Bertram to McKenzie. McKenzie will fire it in on the net, and that's off the blocker of Bell. Chisholm breaking it out now for Fleet. Fleet gets hit off that one by Williams, and that goes down into the corner where Sullivan moves it. Back in front. Islanders coming in. A shot on net from Hunter McDonald goes wide, and he loses a leg in the corner. Back around, Williams blocking that shot. Here comes Tanner. He's got Eisner with him. He'll try and play it around. That play's broken up by Tremholm. McIntosh in there as well. Playing it off for Eisner. Moved up for Hunter McDonald, and he'll kick it out. It's kept in by Sullivan with a shot on net. Round for Tremholm. He'll fire it up to McDonald. Hunter McDonald dumps it in to the weak zone, and Williams will go chasing. Williams up to Green, and Green almost had an opportunity there, but he couldn't get that pass under his stick. So Bell will cover it up. Draw here in the Islanders' zone. One back by the Islanders, and they'll fire it up for Chisholm. Chisholm trying to play it through. He's in. An opportunity. And Thorne shuts the door. What a great save from Thorne. And it's gloved up. Draw here in the weak zone. 2:45 left in play. Kieran McDonald will get kicked out. As that goes over to McIver. He fires it off the glass and down the length of the ice. Frazier racing for it. It's over for Green. Green playing it in for Frazier. Frazier over for Williams. That play's blocked. Frazier grabs it. Another shot on net gets blocked in front off a stick. McIver trying to play it in front as he gets hit off that one. Around McIver with it again. He'll play it off the goalie, and Bell covers it up. So the draw here in the Islanders zone. Team's getting some fresh legs out there. 2:17 left in play. One back by the Islanders, and Ellis has it now. And he'll fire it up. Hunter McDonald trying to reach it, but Burcham gets it out of there. Moved up for Swain. Swain hands it over. Sim trying to get there. It's poked through for Kidd. Kidd now playing it through. He's blocked off that one. Williams now trying to play it through. Burcham poking it away. Williams will hold him to the boards and try and get possession. That's moved up, for Kidd. Kidd and Swain walking in. Kidd over to Swain, and that pass is blocked by Ellis. Sim around the back of the net now. Having a look. Swain picks it up for him. Swain moving it up to Sullivan. Sullivan will have to play it in. Swain battling for it with Ellis. A big hit along the boards there as Cameron has it. And he'll fire it over for Sim, who can't reach it in time, so it's off for McEachran. Having a look, Kidd trying to block that pass. It's off for McDonald. Kidd battling to get possession as Tremholm and McDonald grab it. Hunter McDonald making a hit on Tanner there where the puck is nowhere to be seen. No penalty on that play. 43 seconds left to go. Pugsley, he's in around, tries to put it in, and that's a goal! Pugsley gets the 5th counter for the Weeks. Net was off, but it was in the net. The puck was in the net, before it came off. And that goal there should be the nail in the Islanders' coffin. With just 38 seconds left to go. Weeks lead 5-1. Pugsley getting a little chippy at the face-off there. It's one back and played in by the Islanders onto the net. Burcham now playing over to McKenzie. McKenzie firing it up. It's moved over to Tanner. Tanner walking in looking for his second. Shot goes wide. Up for McKenzie. He'll take another shot that's gloved up by Bell. Draw here in the Islanders zone. Green wins it over. There'll be a battle for it, and the Islanders take possession. Watt, trying to push through, but Bertram's there, and he'll play it up for Eisner. Eisner battling for it along the boards. 4 seconds left, and that'll be the game, folks. Weeks take the 5-1 win, winning both their games at home this weekend. Thank you, folks, for choosing High Button Sports to watch the Week's game this evening. My name is Vaughn Mason.